Good afternoon, everybody. Very late finish today, or start even today, just because it is 34 degrees outside. I'm in get this right, Wroclaw, or Wroclaw as I've been calling it, but it's Wroclaw. Wroclaw, I think it's right way of pronouncing it. Anyway, we're heading down towards Sedlec Ossuary today in the Czech Republic, and I have to try and get past this barrier. Not sure that was entirely the right thing to do, but on the way in it wouldn't give me a ticket, so there you go. Right, where were we? So I need to figure out where I'm going before I set off. Right. It's a holiday here in Poland today. Right, okay. There we go. Wanted to go straight up there. So it looks like the streets are pretty quiet. It could be pretty quiet because it's so effing hot. But yeah, 243 kilometres, so a relatively short day. Certainly compared to the day that I had coming here. I'm not sure I'm loud up there, given that. Going this way. Yeah, I actually haven't counted up how many kilometres I did on the way down to Wroclaw. But I think it was certainly my biggest day so far. And I met Maxim and his lovely wife for dinner last night. Maxim was a colleague of mine at Finastra, quite talented guy. We had a good conversation about all sorts of things, including where he's from and his family and things that we didn't know at work. So it's nice meeting people that you've worked with for 12-18 months or so, and and because of the pandemic and various change in working practices, have never actually met face to face, so it didn't feel odd in any way. It's just, you kind of develop a relationship with people even at distance, and I think all the research, if you look at the research in relation to coaching, for instance, and whether coaching is as effective. I really wish these red lights weren't so long, just because it's so hot and I want to get moving to get some air going through my kit. Yeah, if you look at the research in terms of whether coaching is as effective over conference calls, if the video's on, then yes, it's I think the conclusions are largely that it is as effective, or very nearly as effective. Ultimately comes down to personal preference, I suppose. Camera off, different gig, and I don't sort of rail against businesses that don't promote people having their cameras on in meetings, because as human beings we pick up a lot of signals from people visually, almost as much as we do verbally, in some cases if not more. So so turn your cameras on, people. The visual communication is as important as the verbal. He has also recently been to a couple of the places I'm visiting on my plan, so it was good to get a couple of pointers from him, and he gave me a couple of extra places to go and have a look at in and around the area that I'm planning on going. So again, always good to hook up with people. So my impressions of Wroclaw, yeah, as you can tell I'm struggling with that, but it's better than going Wroclaw, because that is not the pronunciation. My impression is it's a lovely city actually. It's much bigger than I thought it would be. And it's very well sorted out, so you can sort of get around it quite easily. I'm not sure it's quite a holiday destination, but certainly if you happen to be coming here, I wasn't paying attention there, then I wouldn't do it with any concern in your heart. Actually, I've got to work out tonight what the plan is, because I need to get back from my my in-laws' golden wedding anniversary celebrations in early September. I think it's a couple of weeks away, so just park the bike somewhere safe for a week or 10 days whilst I sort of head back and do all that and then come again. That in the tradition of all good plans means that the plan needs to change. It's in a different location now than I thought I would be by this time. It's not quite as obvious where I should leave the bike. Until we're starting to sort of move from Poland into the Czech Republic. the architecture is definitely changing. Getting lucky on these lights at all today. It's almost like they see me and so right, I'll go red now. It's a pet hate. One of the reasons I hate sitting at traffic lights is that you're balancing the bike all the time, and if you're like me, I just have this continual fear of dropping it at the lights, which I have done once. It wasn't the most glorious moment. It was a moment when... Go on then. Yeah, I'm letting you go. But do you want a written invitation? Bloody hell. Yeah, it was a moment when I'd just bought the bike actually. I just wasn't really used to it, and I hadn't made the changes that I have made to it, so it was still standing a bit tall for me, and I dropped the bike and I couldn't pick it up for the life of me, and so I sort of scratched my head wondering what to do about it, and this lady in a Land Rover turns up and says, can I help? And I said, well, really, because it's bloody heavy, and she said, that's no problem, I've got horses. And then just leans down and picks the damn thing up. I swear I've never ever felt so small in my life. It was a moment of realisation that A, I need to get myself on top of what the correct procedure is for putting a bike back up on its boots, and B, I need to get back in the gym. Solution to all of the above has been applied, and worst case scenario, if I'm in a place I just can't get it up, there's a double entendre if ever there was one, then I've got something called a moto winch from a company called Eastbound in Belgium, which it's quite literally that, it's a winch, it helps you get it back on its feet. Like border time. Yes, this is the end of Poland, another country done. Welcome to the Czech Republic. Woohoo! What country number is this, I wonder? Not going to count the UK. UK. So that is Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, Norway, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland. Nine countries done. This is my 10th country. interesting. Unlike the crossing from Lithuania into Poland into the Czech Republic, zero in the way of border controls. Absolute nil. Right, next stop is the hotel, and if I've got time I'm going to get out to Sedlec Ossuary. I've still got legs in me at least, and if not, then it's time for a shower and do some scrolling around on the computer. I'll do the ossuary tomorrow. There's all sorts of stuff going on now. Trying not to take a look at the aeroplanes whilst I'm riding. Typically bad for the health. So we're quite close to where I want to go. Quite close to where I'm staying, given the country roads will appear to be going down. So up here about ocean. This bike, I've been sat on it way too long. Somewhere. No. I feel it's behind this wall. I thought I got an absolute bargain with this hotel when I turned up. It looks beautiful. It was beautiful. The previous night in Wroclaw, I had a couple of beers and went on booking.com, found this place, booked it. I thought I booked it for €34 a night. Now, if you look at it, it's plainly not €34 a night. When I looked at it later on that evening, it was €340 a night. So it was an expensive but beautiful mistake. Morning, everybody. So, short ride this morning to the Sedlec Ossuary. The hotel I was at last night was absolutely top notch. It's called the Chateau Trebessis. and it's owned and built by an artist who bought it obviously quite a long time ago, but it was in a derelict state, and he's brought it back to life in a sympathetic but unusual way, that it still looks like it. It looks like a beautiful chateau, and the gardens are amazing, and the food that they serve is all served from the gardens. So I had a meal last night. The meal comes with the hotel room, and I was absolutely stuffed. It was very sort of Italianate in its makeup, in that there was a sort of salad course, then pasta course, then a meat course, then dessert. But I was absolutely, you had to push me off my chair and roll me to my room. So target for today is Bodgnice Castle, which is about nearly 300 kilometres away. I'm going to go to the ossuary first and admire the Gothic humour of the monks, and then from there I'm going to head sort of southeast for about 5 or 6 hours. It is hot again. Don't believe the temperature gauge there where it's saying it's 24. It's not, it's 30. So as usual, I have a bit of a glow on when starting my ride. The riding gear is important. It's protective and will save my skin one day. But in this sort of climate, it just feels really unnecessary. And when you come across the locals, or basically in flip-flops and shorts, you do feel that you're probably overdoing it. However, the local hospitals are experts in degloving injuries. Gravel on the road is very useful.
The cemetery there then became popular with people from all over Europe who wanted to be buried in holy fields similar to Rome, Pisa or Paris. Sedlec Cemetery has the soil from the Holy Land, Jerusalem, that was brought back in around 1278, I think it was, and in the 14th century it was extended and around 30,000 bodies were buried there. Then in the 1400s the Hussite troops captured the area, and a further 10,000 dead were buried in Sedlec. Legend has it that a partially blind monk arranged the bones, and he received his eyesight back after he'd done so. Either way, today it is a macabre spectacle. Spectacle is probably the wrong word, but really interesting to see. I don't think you'll find too many places in the world similar to it. The bones ended up in the ossuary because in the 15th century the area was reduced, and the bones were then piled into the ossuary and arranged in their current form in the 1600s.